Hello everybody, my name is Shortster2.5 and welcome back to yet another exciting chapter of Dragon Ball Super What If, Haru of the Stars. Last time, Frieza was revived and the Earth was saved once again. However, an unknown challenger is heading towards Beerus's planet. His name is Lord Champa from Universe 6. So in this chapter, we're going to go to the Universe 6 tournament and maybe one last little surprise along the way. So, without any further ado, let's begin the video. If you enjoyed the series, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And here is the Universe Tournament Saga and the Goku Black Saga. Enjoy! After the defeat of Golden Frieza, Goku and Vegeta continued their training on Whis' planet, with Haru observing their brawl. Goku caught Vegeta off guard, and this made Vegeta so outmatched that he went Super Saiyan Blue to even the odds, to which Goku was super furious. And yeah, I'm also gonna have a little bit of Toyotarou in there in terms of the Dragon Ball Super story. So wink wink to you, Toyotarou, and of course shout out. So Goku is super angry at Vegeta, to which he replies, "Hey, we made a deal. No going Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. That's cheating. Well, if you're using that form, I might as well transform too. It's only fair if both of us fight at the same power level." Of course, Vegeta is absolutely amazed by this and says, "Fine, let's both test our ultimate forms, although being an elite, my Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan is innately superior. You lost this one, Kakarot." And to which Goku replied, "No way! My Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan's fun." I bit my tongue. And yes, Goku did actually bit his tongue. And this time, instead of Whis suggesting the name Super Saiyan Blue, it is actually Haru who suggests the name Super Saiyan Blue. But then, of course, Whis jumps in and basically is like, "Boys, how many times have I told you not to use that transformation during a fight? Do you know how long it took me to fix up the Rose Garden?" And to which Goku and Vegeta just stop in silence. But then, after that little stunt was performed, Goku and Vegeta were forced to wear heavy suits alongside Haru. Goku asks why, but Whis replies, "Because she's here too, and she asked for training, and I have to admit, those pastries she gave me were nice, so I thought the extra effort would do." And like the original, Champa announces the Tournament of Destroyers to Beerus. Goku is overjoyed, and of course he, along with Vegeta and Haru, set off to find 3 more fighters for the tournament. The fighters were chosen for the tournament later on and they were known as Piccolo and Buu. And with also the small inclusion of Monarca, who Beerus claims to be the strongest fighter of Universe 7. Sadly, Buu fell asleep on the way, so Haru took his place as the 5th fighter. Good on you, Haru. So they arrived on the nameless planet where the tournament was about to begin, and they're introduced to Team Universe 6, Hit, Cabba, Frost, Bertamo, and Magetta. And Cabba came forward and announced that he was a Saiyan from planet Sadala, much to Goku and especially Vegeta's surprise. Haru also made a nice little friendship too, because she's kind of like that. The written test had begun, and after they did that, everyone was able to pass. So Boo's little flunk in the start, it never happened because Buu was asleep the entire time. So, after a game of rock, paper, scissors, Haru was the first one up to fight against Bertamo instead of Goku. And Bertamo proved to be quite fierce, but however, after a little consideration, Haru used, punches. Just rapid-fire punches, but the force of those punches knocked Bertamo out of the ring. And of course, after Champa's little tantrum, like he does in the anime series, the next one to fight him was Frost. And also, he gave a heartwarming speech to the other universes. This left everyone who knew Frieza really puzzled, because now they're seeing a good Frieza. I don't blame you. It's enough to make my head spin. Being the gentleman as he is, Frost does fight in his first and third forms first of all, but then Haru figured out that he does have a final form and decided to fight onward. However, Haru was too much for him until she felt a little dizzy after a punch by Frost, and was knocked out of the ring. After that, she, along with Frost, shake hands as the crowd cheered for that awesome fight with Launch with them at all times. And even Haru gave Launch a nice little big hug before heading back to the stands, because this is actually Haru's first tournament since the Cell Games and the World Tournament. But she felt proud of herself. Next up was Piccolo, to which he had lost to by the same method, but Jaco found out Frost was cheating, and so Haru and Piccolo were back in the game. And yes, Frost is cheating. Frost is using his poison, and now it's back in the game. Oh, and Goku's back too, because why not? But then Vegeta took Piccolo's place and blew Frost away. Now this time, because he didn't want to take any stern measures, he wanted to use all his power to knock his Frieza lookalike out of here for all he did. So he went full power, Super Saiyan Blue, knocking him out cold. And this save hit a little bit of a trouble there. Just if you watch the anime, you'll probably see what I mean. But let's just say that Vegeta just did hit a big favor. So then and of course in the original, Vegeta does move on to beat Vegeta. This time, after Champa calls him a rust bucket, he already loses the will to fight, and the fight isn't as bad as it was. The fight isn't as long as it was in the original, so Vegeta was spared a few minutes and wasn't boiling to death like in the original. After that, he fought Cabba, and Cabba did go Super Saiyan. The fight with Cabba and Vegeta was pretty similar, as well as his fight with him losing. After that, Haru then took up the mantle to fight Hit, but this time she managed to get 3 blows into Hit, and she was the first one to discover the secret of Hit's time skip. So that saves you a bit of work there, Goku. Saves your head getting hurt. But of course, along with her powers and her Masenko, like Haru actually did quite a significant amount of damage. But of course, this allowed Hit to improve his time skip, and so Haru, with a large amount of fatigue, she was tired, and of course she was defeated by a flick to the forehead from Hit. And then Haru was eliminated. Then the fight with Goku and Hit happens, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken happens, and yeah, because Beerus and Champa were arguing, Goku went out of the ring to shut them up, and then Monaka was next. This, of course, surprised Hit, and of course it allowed the final fight between Monaka and Hit to begin. Then, when the final fight came around, Hit lets Monaka win because, well, Monaka is just some guy that Lord Beerus picked up for the sake of inspiring Goku and the others. In other words, Monaka's a fraud, but Hit was a gentleman and allowed Universe 7 to win the tournament. And of course, Champa, angry as he was about to let loose on his team until the arrival of Grand Zeno. The Omni King arrived to announce an even bigger tournament, much to Goku's surprise. The team left the planet with Hit giving a compliment to both Haru and Goku, saying that, "I will continue to improve. I thank you for the fight." Universe 7 then used the Super Dragon Balls to bring Champa's Earth back to life and head home with their heads up high. After the tournament, Haru and Lorch go back to their normal lives until the next day, and this is the day after the tournament. Haru is now pregnant, much to Davy's surprise, and Davy's her husband now, so they got married, and now Haru is now going to have a child too. Shortly after that, the baby was born, 9 months later, and Lorch was so moved and proud of her daughter that she'd found a way to fix her sneezing problem, remaining as a kind grandmother for the sake of being a good role model to her future granddaughter. But of course, all that changed when a time machine appeared in Capsule Corp. She was going around making a delivery to Capsule Corp, but when she witnessed a blue-haired warrior attacking Goku for no reason, that blue-haired warrior's name was Trunks. Future Trunks. Trunks then warns our heroes that of a threat of an ancient demon, a terrifying demon known as Goku Black, and how he and Future Mai were able to survive against him for so many years. But then after that, Goku Black appeared through a mysterious rift, so all Haru and the rest could do was watch as Goku fought his evil self in battle. Goku Black, after being pulled in by a dimensional disturbance, then destroys Trunks' time machine before returning back to the future timeline. After the fire was put out by the Peel-Off Gang, yes, the Peel-Off Gang are in this story now, Haru and Vegeta comfort Trunks, and Bulma was able to find a time machine that Cell used. If you remember in the previous part that Bulma was given the time machine that Cell used, and everything was all okay until it was fixed, and so Trunks had a bit of time of peace for the time being. Meanwhile, sorry, I read that the wrong way. Meanwhile, when Goku and Beerus were off in Universe 10, Haru and Trunks talked about each other's feelings and talked about the heroic tales on how Trunks and Mai were able to form the resistance and stop Goku Black for now. But of course, that all changed before Vegeta asks Trunks to train with him, And of course, the fight goes pretty serious, and Vegeta went a little bit too serious, but also moved Trunks to think beyond that and prepare for future events yet to come. Because Trunks is his son. Doesn't matter what timeline it is, it's his son, and he won't tolerate him losing to anyone. Bulma and Haru tried to stop the fight, but Trunks was able to stop him himself with a headbutt to Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. After Vegeta stormed off, and Haru was a little concerned, Trunks assured Haru that he's always been like this. Haru notifies that he's always like this, and yeah, Haru can be assured that Vegeta has taught Trunks quite a lot today. After the fuel was all installed inside the time machine, Trunks, Vegeta, Goku, and Haru set off to the future, where Haru was introduced to Mai and the Resistance. Trunks, of course, thinking that Mai was dead all this time, ran over to Mai and gave her a nice big hug. Aww, I totally ship that. Also in the slums, they were also introduced to future Yachirobe, who survived the android attack, as well as two children named Haru and Maki. And basically Haru went over to Haru and he was like, "So your name is Haru too? That's kind of cool." And the two Harus do have a little bit of a chat. Not too serious, but just to say how they were doing. So, later on, after a game of rock, paper, scissors, Haru wins again and is now able to fight Goku Black first, much to Vegeta's anger, but he kept it all in. As the fight began, Haru easily pummeled Goku Black in his space form, but this is where more Toyotarou action gets in. That all changed when he became a Super Saiyan, not Rose, that's later. They were even at first, especially since this is only Super Saiyan number 1, he would basically Black did get the upper hand and of course defeated Haru almost, but then Vegeta came in and punched Goku Black in the face in order to save her, and this was Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. So then after that, Goku Black was ready for another round and showed Vegeta something special, which of course he calls Super Saiyan Rose. Vegeta and Haru were ultimately destroyed by Goku Black with his new Keyblades, and Goku Black gives one final monologue to those two. "Listen, although I like a couple of appetizers, I don't like to stuff myself with them. My main satisfaction is the main course, so you appetizers need to be moved to the side." And after that little monologue, Goku was ready for action alongside Trunks, but then a light appeared from the sky, and from it came the Supreme Kai of Universe 10, Zamasu, to assist Goku Black. Our heroes were ultimately defeated by these two godly deities, and were forced to retreat, leaving Mai behind again, much to Trunks' disappointment. Then, out of curiosity, Haru went to Universe 10 with Goku, where Zamasu was about to kill his mentor, Gowasu. After a little while, he was stopped from Lord Beerus' ultimate technique, Hakai, which of course erased Zamasu, putting that Zamasu out of the picture, while future Zamasu was still alive due to the time ring. After that, they would later return to the future, where Goku Black revealed himself to be none other than the Supreme Kai Zamasu, who used the Super Dragon Balls to switch his body with Goku, turning him into the sadistic demon himself. Our heroes were ultimately defeated again, with Goku being pinned down to a wall and was been told that Goku Black even killed Chi-Chi and Goten after the Super Dragon Ball wish was made. But before Goku could let his rage loose, Haru, in a desperate act, bit Goku Black's hand to save Goku a lot of damage. But even she was blown back, and she was even nearly killed by Zamasu. Enraged by the fact that Goku is so ticked off as he is, and now he's witnessed Haru getting a lot of damage, Goku didn't just went Super Saiyan Blue, he went Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 5, that nearly battered Zamasu, and even goes so far as to nearly kill Goku Black with his clothes ripped to shreds. Holy cow, Goku. But in the end, the damaged Rose did destroy Goku, leaving him on the ground after his divine lasso, with the following monologue, "Taste my blade." After that, Zamasu later painted Trunks as the villain, but Trunks responded by becoming a Super Saiyan Rage, or anger, in response, like the original anime series. And of course, the The godly duo continues to fight once more with Trunks as its bait, and Trunks manages to hold them back just long enough. Haru wanted to help, but then Trunks said to go back to the other timeline and recover and find a way to defeat them. She agrees with Vegeta and Bulma in the time machine, with a little help from Mai, who, of course, Mai did in fact rescue Vegeta. So yeah, it's basically normal. They all went back to the time machine. Trunks was left to fight with Black. And once they went back in time once more, Haru, instead of like sitting down twiddling their thumbs, Haru would go to Kami House with Goku, where Launch was at Launch is now sitting down having a little drink at the time. And then Goku, of course, asked Master Roshi if he needs to learn the evil containment wave, which of course he happily agrees. But during that, luckily enough, Haru was able to get the talisman from Master Roshi after Goku left it behind. So Haru could potentially save a lot of lives here, should this go well. So they went back in time once more, where Trunks was battered, and Goku Black and Zamasu were waiting to arrive. So the Supreme Kai Shin, along with Gowasu, later arrived as well, much to Gowasu's disappointment and Zamasu's absolute glory. Then after that, neither Zamasu was amused from that. The final battle then begun, with this time with Super Saiyan God Goku and Super Saiyan God Vegeta versus Rose Goku Black and Zamasu. Of course, Haru did stay behind to help Trunks learn the evil containment wave, thus saving Trunks the embarrassment like he did in the original. Looks like you got a good teacher there, Trunks. Be sure to stay by her at all times. Vegeta, of course, like in the original, was neck and neck with Goku Black in his Super Saiyan God form with its mighty speed, but then managed to bring him down to his knees in Super Saiyan Blue. Instantly after Goku Black tried to assassinate him with a Keyblade, but Vegeta's like, no, you're gonna go down. Goku did the same with Zamasu, but this time he fired the evil containment wave, but it ultimately failed, leaving Goku in the dirt. Not dead, just down for the moment. Trunks and Mai then worked together to use the evil containment wave. Of course, Zamasu dodges again, but of course, in that desperate act, Haru reflects the wave at Zamasu, sealing him away for good. While Bulma was holding him down, Haru tossed the talisman to Trunks and placed it on the urn. Zamasu was sealed for good. Angered by this fact, Goku Black creates a rift in reality with his scythe, which of course he created out of his own energy, creating an army of Goku Black everywhere. Every fighter was able to hold their own against the army of Goku Black, but then Goku Black decided to end it all himself by firing a Kamehameha strong enough to take on every single one, enough to destroy an entire planet. But Goku was having none of it. He went Kaioken times 10 and prepared a Kamehameha ready to fire back. Haru joined him with a full-powered Masenko ready for the ultimate beam clash. As the two beams clashed, Goku Black had his guard down from the behind, and Trunks was able to fire from his back with a Gallic gun. Black sees this and fires a second wave, causing a second beam clash to be made. Trunks declares that he will not ever give up, and Vegeta joins him for a father-son Gallic gun. An explosion was created at Goku Black's location. Was he down? No, he was not. For Goku Black yelled out a mighty yell, Trunks! Which, of course, he didn't sound like Goku Black anymore. He sounded like Zamasu. Yes, it appears that Zamasu's spirit is breaking loose from Goku Black's body, which, of course, is a lot different. But now, that's Zamasu's voice. He's starting to look more like a deformed Zamasu instead of Goku Black. But then after that his rage broke, he absorbed all the energy from the rift, causing his body pain, but increasing his power to an almighty scale. Like, if you were to take Broly, then times him by 1,000,000. Trunks, Haru, and Vegeta were defeated by this almighty being, which I'm going to nickname Neo Goku Black. All was lost, until Goku had an idea. And this involved the Supreme Kai's earrings. That's right, folks. It's Batara time. Haru knew what they were planning, and after Trunks got his butt beat by Neo Goku Black, with of course him breaking his sword and shattering it in two, she went on to distract Goku Black long enough before the arrival of Vegito, who then transformed into Vegito Blue. Despite all odds, Vegito Blue managed to hold his own against Neo Goku Black using techniques like the Dragon Fist, Kamehameha, Final Kamehameha, and the Kaioken. Sadly, the fusion time did run out and Goku Black had the upper hand again, but thanks to Haru, Mai, Bulma, and everyone on Earth, a spirit bomb was created, and from it came the Sword of Hope, which was wielded by none other than future Trunks in Super Saiyan Rage. He then sliced Goku Black in two, believing that this is the power that to believe in something bigger than just themselves. But then, as soon as Trunks was about to end it all, he had a flashback. All the hopes and dreams of his world were counting on him, and so he managed to have a flashback of Vegeta, a certain flashback, gathered his energy and performed the Gamma Burst Flash. Yes, during this time, Vegeta did teach Trunks the Gamma Burst Flash before they headed out for the future, before he learned Super Saiyan Rage. So now Trunks, in this particular story, knows the Gamma Burst Flash. So then he used it to defeat Goku Black, erasing him and saving the world. Trunks and Mai have a tearful hug with each other, and Haru was given the urn with Zamasu inside it. Goku then, of course, pulled out a button which, of course, does indeed call Grand Zeno. Curious the fact that Zeno was still alive in this universe, he pressed the button. While thinking on Zamasu's return, he pushed the button calling Grand Zeno forward, and then Goku kindly asked him to erase the urn with Zamasu inside it. And basically, Zeno was confused at first, but then everyone was gladly to explain what happened. He then erased the urn, killing Zamasu in the process. Gowasu will learn of this. Because all the angels were dead in Trunks' timeline, Goku brought future Zeno over to his Zeno, and a friendship was born. After a victory party, Trunks and Mai returned to their timeline, with Vegeta and Gohan saying their little special farewell. Trunks was moved, for he has saved everyone. The world that Gohan loved and protected. His Gohan. And then Haru, of course, spoke up by saying, "Until we meet again, okay?" A tearful Trunks looks forward, wipes the tears from his eyes, and nods to agree. He and Mai went off to the future for a peaceful life. And with that, that's the end of this chapter of Haru of the Stars. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Next time, we'll be doing another arc, but we're getting close to the Tournament of Power arc. So thank you for listening, and I will see you soon. Ta-ta!